Reference and liaison instruction. The topics for this module for June 28th through July 3rd are working with faculty, the embedded librarian, outreach, LibGuides. Desk Tracker is another one. Technology-based reference, reference and information desks, and instruction and information literacy. I did not create a lecture or PDF for this module. You've got a couple of resources. Desk Tracker is one of the software programs that's used to track all of the activity done at any service desk or any customer service that you do in the library. So it allows you to track everything that you do, so you can do billable time and really use this information to demonstrate the kinds of activities you're doing and the volume of it as well. And it can be used on a information desk or any areas of the library as well. Sometimes it does that. Okay. Then LibGuides is, of course, a very heavily used content management system, specifically designed for libraries, although it now has campus guides, so it can be used as online guides for the entire university campus. They also have LibAnswers, which is a way to funnel all of your non-face-to-face reference transactions through a single portal. So it can bring in reference transactions, whether they come in through phone, text, email, chat, any of those into a single portal, so that the librarian on duty can take all of the incoming questions into a single interface, and it tracks them as well. And then they also have analytics as well. I'm sure you're familiar with the different LibGuides, and the purpose of LibGuides is to provide all the links and organize content, high quality content for your user populations. They can be used for an entire library, for a list of your electronic resources or ebooks, for specific course guides, for topic guides, for school and college guides, any kind of thing that you can imagine that a library. And the nice thing is that they are very inexpensive and infinitely customizable and remotely hosted, so they're really good. As a resource, I've also provided a document that we've prepared at USD, and it's based on one at UConn, and we have the same thing at UMass, of the roles of today's reference librarian. And this is sort of our digestion of the roles and even the values of liaison librarians. And so I thought that would be useful for you, kind of my view of what they are. One of the things that's really coming up is librarians' involvement in eScience, and as partnering with other scholars, and sort of bridging the gap between what scholars coming from different disciplines working together on a project, they need to share information, but that's difficult because they only know their own area of research, and librarians can be quite powerful in bringing that those different disparate sort of silo disciplines together. Librarians can serve as a project manager. They are good with intellectual property and copyright issues. They know all the different databases, not just the ones in a single discipline. They're good at planning and organizing information, trying to provide the right information sort of facilitating the entire process, including analyzing data, writing reports, citation, researching in Web of Knowledge, Web of Science. So they can be a real project manager for an entire multidisciplinary project, and so quite influential. But of course, we have to market our ability to do that. We're never ever thought of because we're not usually teaching credit classes and are not members of the departments. But the new trend of the embedded librarian, which I provided several readings on embedded librarians and our different relationships, but being embedded into online courses, into the departments, working closely with faculty on integrating information literacy activities into the curriculum in specific courses or in programs is very important and a big trend in what we're trying to do for the future, and what we're trying, how we're moving to be more fully integrated into the life of the university, into the mission of the university. And if we don't do this, we're likely to be not valued. And so we really have to get right up there. Collaborations among the embedded librarians with other campus departments, such as in the Kaufman article, are very important as well. There's one by Kathleen Crow about librarians connecting with student affairs to work on student recruitment, student retention, and student success, a very key part, so that we can demonstrate our role in impacting students and making sure that they graduate. So there are a number of different articles that you'll find here. You may need to divide them up, but I think they're all of great value. Then we'll have two activities that are based on your visiting an academic librarian or talking to a reference librarian on the phone who works in an academic library, and conduct a short interview. The first of your forum posts would be due at July 2 at noon, and these are the questions that you would ask at least these, you can ask others as well, when you go to visit. So how long have they been a reference librarian? Why do they like it? What do they do? What do they enjoy? What are their favorite parts of it? What would make their jobs better? Should they be working at the reference desk, or should student assistants or paraprofessionals be doing that? Do they need a reference desk? And what do they think should be the future of, what do they think they'll be doing in the future? So do your post on that, and then your response on July 3rd at noon. And then take a hand in another activity of talking about how an academic library might demonstrate its impact on student learning and success, which is the reason that we are taking librarians out of just sitting at a desk waiting passively for people to come, into being more entrepreneurial, getting out around campus, getting involved in teaching in classes, working with faculty, getting syllabi, and trying to really build into the curriculum the use of high quality information sources, databases, online journals, ebooks, all of that. And so what is your take on how an academic library can really demonstrate what they're doing? And then you also, on July the 3rd, right before the 4th of July, will have the second of your individual issue brief and short voice thread due on that day.